Still starting preview. There we go. Welcome, YouTubers. Welcome to Disc Golf Answerman episode 277. We are getting things set up, ready to go. How'd everybody do over the weekend?
Yo.
My homies. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Robert McCall.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Kyle? Welcome. Strength of truth first doesn't work when it's not the first thing in the column, friend. But thanks for joining. What's up, Skylar? What's up, Jeremy? Thank you guys for joining in.
All right, so we got a few people in here. Mine says 8 waiting. That's weird.
I got 27 watching now. Chaser, welcome. Hope that the day improves, friend.
Impews.
Impews.
I hope it imputes. Is that you? Is that your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's an ad.
Just
Tell if it was my computer or what.
It's okay, Strength of truth. You tried your best. Only one person gets to be first.
Oh, he was trying to be first.
Yeah.
I'm a regular. Nice to be back. What's up, Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
All right, so we've got quite a few speak pipe questions, so that will probably be the bulk of everything.
Sweet. Birdie Fuel in the chat. Saw that they put out Dogleg recently.
Yeah. It's not out yet. It's coming out.
I saw a thing about it, yeah.
Little Ralph collaboration.
Yeah.
Does Eric
What's up,
sound
David?
low? Or you just weren't?
I don't know, do I?
Oh, okay, there, it's better.
Sound good now.
I think you just weren't speaking. Are the gains the same? Yeah.
Yeah, they're really close.
Okay. It's hot out playing the league tonight. Ugh, yeah, it's so humid here.
It has been very hot, yeah.
Emporia. That was the biggest thing when we were in there is
Mm.
people saying in Peoria, and I would think Emporia.
Yeah. Do you know what Shay called it for like the first 10 times that I told her where we were going?
No.
Peoria.
Peoria?
Yeah. I don't know why. She said it the first time and I went, but she's never been there, so whatever, right? I said, it's actually Peoria. She's like, oh, okay.
And
then the next 9 times.
Of course, when me and Eric went to design that course in Piasta.
Close.
What is it?
Piesta.
Piasta. I kept calling it Pio. I would never say it right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Pista,
That's okay.
Piosta.
Mike threw his Sheriff Star Fusion Warden in a river. That's gonna be a rip.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. That sucks. Kevin, thanks for the shout out, friend. We had a good time. Coming out Friday, they said.
Nice.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Yeah, Damon, it was a good week. It's pretty cool.
All right, we ready to just roll with the show?
Yeah, let's do it. Joey says he lost the game. What'd you lose, Joey? I'm confused.
What game was he playing?
I don't know.
Is it the game where if you think about the game, you lost the game?
Dang it.
Is it a game where
Sucks.
you think about the game? All right, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answerman. I am Bobby CoolDaddySlickBreeze. I have with me Eric Birdie Fuel McCabe
What's it?
and Robert Peoria.
Don't harm me for the wrongdoing of my wife. Okay.
So we've got Birdie Fuel Coffee Company on the chat right now, and they have been working with Eric McCabe. You already have a coffee out, right?
Coffee Mac. Yep.
Coffee Mac, but
Coffee
coming
Mac
out is Dogleg.
Is Dogleg. Yeah.
And
it's a different
that's
kind of blend. It's a lighter blend as where the first one we came out with was a dark roast.
Yeah.
This one's a lighter roast, and it's going to be a great complement to that one. It's called Dogleg because of Ralph.
It's Ralph approved.
It's Ralph approved. He's got Ralph on the cover.
Nice.
There,
Awesome.
On the packaging. It's pretty cool.
Despite popular belief, not made from real dog legs.
Correct. That is correct.
It's just coffee beans.
Is that on the bag?
the regular
Hopefully
old
that's on
beans.
the bag.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. So.
That's right.
Small print.
And then Rob Peoria, I can't even say what she says wrong, but apparently Shay, Robert's wife, was mispronouncing Peoria where we're at.
Yeah.
And I was telling them that while we were listening to the opening ceremony, people would say this blah 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 in Peoria, and my brain would think Emporia. What? That's not an Emporia.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that was interesting. Yes, but a full week out at Peoria, Illinois. Actually, the courses weren't in Peoria. One of them was in Eureka,
They're in like the greater Peoria kind of area.
Right. That would kind of threw me
It's
off.
kind of like Glassbone Open's not all in Emporia, Kansas either.
Yeah. But and then the other Northwoods was in Morton.
Mm-hmm.
Morton, Illinois.
And then Pekin is where Sunset Hills
Sunset
was.
Hills was. So, but it was a great week out there meeting up with our players. We got some video stuff done. As far as media, Danny and Anthony put out some really great coverage of the MPO3 tournament coverage. Hopefully you guys have watched that. If not, make sure you go watch that.
Yeah, you got to check that
on
out.
our YouTube channel.
Killed it.
We'll have a couple of practice round videos from a few of our players out there coming out, and then we'll have a disc golf adventure that I hope to have done by the end of tomorrow.
Nice.
So that'll be out. So good times. Congratulations to some of our top finishers. Chris Clemens got 12th place.
Yep.
Eric Oakley tied for 10th place.
Yep.
Missy Gannon got 2019 World Putting Champion.
Yep. Pretty
in
cool.
the FBO field.
Nailed it.
And then, of course, our Paige Pierce 5-time World Champion. I recorded that final round. I'm going to see if I can put something together for that with that as well, because I was able to record some of the side talk that she had with Tina while Tina was caddying. Some of the stuff I can't put out on YouTube.
I definitely believe that.
Because it was a very intense round.
Yes.
But Paige was throwing some amazing lines
Right.
that just got you going. I mean, you just feel the tension, but sometimes you throw and you're like, oh, yeah, it's like 5 feet from the basket. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good times there. And Robert McCall
she putted pretty well, too.
Yes, she putted really well.
Drained some big ones. And we can't, before we
Oh,
move on for
who did I
players,
miss?
we can't pass over Emerson Keith.
Ah, yes. Well, and then Paige got the long drive in
Yes.
women's as well.
Yep.
And Zach won half of a world title.
Zach won mixed doubles. That's right.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean,
all
it only
kinds of
counts for half.
champions.
Well,
Actually rounds down.
Yeah.
So still
For
at-
Zach, that
still
rounds
at
down.
0. Actually, Zach Melton just called me right before the show because Eric Oakley told him he always calls me during disc golf instrument. And so
He hasn't
Zach
called
wanted,
yet, has he?
Zach wanted to be a part of it. He called 3 minutes early.
Zach did or Robert did? Eric
I'm
did.
Robert. But thank you for confusing me. For I'm just kidding.
Like everybody else.
Yes. Zach called 3 minutes early. Eric has not called yet.
Well, he's slacking.
Yes. But then yeah, I did commentary. It was fun.
Yeah, Robert did commentary for the live men's and then the commentary for our coverage. So all around good stuff for Dynamic Discs at Pro Worlds.
Yeah. And if you're looking for some variety in commentary, I'm on each of the post-produced rounds, but each of the other commentator on each of the 5 rounds is a different person. So we had Zach Melton, Anthony Vandenheuvel, Danny Lindahl, AJ Risley, and Chris Clemens. So lots of bros in there.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Yeah, it was super cool.
Overall, a really good Pro Worlds out in Illinois. I think the crew out there did a really good job of organizing everything. Courses look good. A lot of people really liked the Northwood course. That was a really cool course. What were your thoughts, though, Eric, as a course designer?
I only took in some of the live footage.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take in a whole lot of post production because I was watching it live, and watching it live, you don't get an idea for. I don't know,
Yeah.
something about post production. You know, you get the drone flybys, which I guess you get some of that with the live, but it's different.
Yeah.
You don't get as much feel for it, but. Eureka looked identical to what I've seen in the past.
Mhm.
It didn't look like there was much changes out there. But Northwoods, yeah, absolutely. Everybody across the board, from what I could tell from the players I talked to that played Worlds, really enjoyed the changes out there. It's just such a shame that they can't get coverage out there.
Yeah.
Which I guess could they if they did something like, can't you bring in
If there was like a truck,
a
I'd
truck?
imagine.
I'm sure it
then,
costs a lot.
yeah,
of
we could do
money,
that
but
anywhere. But those trucks
it's
are
also
expensive.
it's interesting that they didn't want to use another course in the area, McNaughton, which has always been my favorite course in the area.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't played the new Northwoods layout. I enjoyed most of Northwoods the last time I played it, but this new layout does look pretty legit and looks like something I would really enjoy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you would shred that place. It's super fun.
It was, but speaking of seeing it on video and then seeing it in person, it was interesting to go because I've always watched Ledgestone, and I always saw the water tower and the
Right.
shot over the baseball field. And it is kind of weird to actually see it because you're like familiar with some
Yeah.
visuals of it.
Yeah.
But when you actually see it live, you're like, oh, okay.
See, I saw it
get
in
now.
person before I saw it live because
Yeah.
I played Ledgestone whatever year that was that we did Stroke and Distance,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not
Really?
been back. That place still left a bad taste.
I was going to
but-
say I would not want to be back either.
But no, I do want to play that event again at some point, especially with the new changes and the potential of. I'm not sure if they're doing this, but I don't know why they wouldn't include Northwoods in the future at Ledgestone.
Right.
I mean,
Dude.
why not? You've got that great of a course there. The players all seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Why not move the Ledgestone out there?
Yeah, I wish that. So Eureka is overall, I think, designed like pretty darn well.
Yeah.
I wish that like the baseball field hole wasn't a baseball field.
Yeah.
If it was
It just looks
shaped
bad.
the same
Yeah.
and it was a body of water, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Or tall grass,
Yes,
even, something-
everyone would rave about that hole, but
Yeah.
because it's a baseball, it just feels a little bit weird.
It does feel weird, and you're teeing off of a weird area. Just on just visually, it doesn't look appealing. I
Right.
guess I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
But that hole, and then the bridge hole is another one that kind of comes to mind. It's pretty cool
Yeah.
concept of it, and I like it more now than I did before. I think, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not a big fan of the water tower hole, but it's
That's
kind of
true,
iconic to the event now.
It is.
But yeah, like you said, Northwoods Gold. I played it twice after the rounds were over, and it is not a joke.
Yeah.
It's super fun and honestly, like across the board, fair. There's 17 really good holes at that course, and one just kind of like okay hole that has not my favorite island OB.
Which
Hole 15, I think it is. Like you pick either side. It's a really small gap.
Yeah,
play
yeah.
over the creek. Like
Yep.
Why,
Well,
why do
yeah.
people? That's what I heard about that whole. Why?
Well, it's a tight gap, but you could call everything left of the rocks safe across and be fine. Like
Is that the hole that Macbeth kicked left OB on in round 4 or whatever? Okay. And then Emerson birdied it. At two-stroke
Yes.
swing, that's when Emerson took the lead or
Yes.
tied it up or something. Yeah.
Like
okay.
the gaps are fair too. I mean, they're tight, but they're fair. I think the landing zone could be widened to like I don't know, and just make it a little bit fair across the board.
Well, when you're in the woods, you almost don't need a lot of OB.
Yeah.
Because the woods act as a natural OB, and sometimes it's worse than OB because it can take you a couple shots to get out as opposed to just taking out and then having a good lie. So a lot of that's not necessarily needed, but
Right.
overall, watching it, I thought they did a great job with the OBs.
That's what I was
and all
gonna
that.
say. It's like that's a nitpicky thing for me to say.
Yeah,
Hey, you should
sure, yeah.
expand
Yeah.
this OB. Otherwise, like I don't think I would even change hardly anything. It's a super cool course, very difficult, and like hole 12, that par 5. It's like I got a 5 on it once, and I was like, I freaking did it.
yeah.
It's I can't imagine getting a 4 unless I threw 3 100% perfect shots and like somewhat aggressive shots.
So, would you call it a fair par 5 then?
Yeah,
Or like legit, like 3 is an absolute eagle and never going to happen?
you will never see an eagle on that hole.
So do you think they should move it forward or backwards and call it a par 4 or par 6?
Were you still on that same hole?
Maybe
12.
so on hole 12. Yeah. I like it where it is. I
The
think
par 5.
Yeah, just as a par 5. But it played like a stroke and a half over par all week.
Well,
it's just
and-
hard.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we had a couple holes like that at GBO as well that played well over par. Hole, I think 9 comes to mind, 9 and 10.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was just curious if there was room to move it one way or the other to make it like a scoreable par 5.
Sure.
But
The one that something that's I thought was surprising, and maybe I don't know the reason, but at Eureka, I don't remember what holes they were, but the holes along the streets where they had the super tall grass. Why wasn't that OB? I saw a lot of people putting their feet in to get their lie and then throw from there. Even Eric Oakley had to do a patent pending there, and Barry Schultz on their round was like half of. I took a picture of it. He's half in that shrubbery.
Right.
You know which hole I'm talking? What holes? It's on the way back.
Hole 15?
It might be
Like with the hedges and everything?
maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Or
Hedges.
16. 16 is what it is.
Why didn't they just make that OB?
I know. I like it not being OB because then you can scramble out of there.
Yeah.
But if you like, so you throw a roller on that, most of the time it's not going to punch all the way in. It's going to stay right on the edge and it'll be fine. But if you turn an air shot over into the top of them, I mean, you might as well be dead.
Yeah.
So I like that there's a little bit of scrambling available to you on that. So it was a great week though.
Oh yeah. Overall, it's a great week.
Great action across the board. Like we said, super proud of Emerson Keith. he's so good.
You could feel
Yeah.
the tension, or you could just feel the fight going on. It was
absolutely.
so cool.
I mean, you could feel that from home, and I actually made that prediction to watch
Yeah,
for Emerson
you
Keith.
sure
Paul
did.
Ulibarri made a post about
His top
10 and who am I missing. I go, you got to have Emerson Keith on that
Yeah.
list, and this was 4 or 5 days before World started.
Yep.
So I just knew something about the way Emerson had been playing and the storyline about his wife could go into labor at any minute.
Yeah.
So I just for some reason I knew he's going to play well. He's been killing it all year. And
Yes.
he's
a baller.
yeah.
How about
he's
that
good.
start from Evelina though on the women's side?
Dude.
7 down on the first
at
day.
Northwood. Yeah, that's bananas.
What a statement!
Yeah.
And that kept her. I mean, not that she's not. I mean, she's obviously a very good golfer, but I mean that just kept her in the mix for the rest of the week. It seemed like.
Yep.
To start out so strong.
Yeah, I don't think we're more than a few years out of Evelina winning a world title.
You think?
Yeah, she's
Absolutely.
She's so like physically she's so talented, but she plays golf well. Like I think she's been doing that for so long.
She's aggressive.
Yeah.
She reminds me of a young Paige Pierce, to be honest with you. Kind of like Paige was about that age when she first went on the road, so it's very similar storyline.
And when I'm out there watching them play, she doesn't seem. Maybe either she hides it well or what, but she doesn't seem nervous or shaken. She seems focused.
And I think a lot of that comes from, I mean, winning the Memorial this year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's gotta play a little part in your confidence levels.
And then her friend that Henna is
Henna?
it?
Henna Bloomrose. Yeah,
I didn't. I mean, she came out of nowhere in a sense of where she was at. I didn't. I mean, I've heard her name and
She's
stuff,
right.
but I
She
didn't.
dominates in Finland.
Yeah.
yeah. Both of them
Both
are
of them,
battling
they-
at the top.
They're pretty much 1 and 2 at every event that they play.
Yeah, Henna reminds me of like Haley King. They're both pretty young and a little bit unrefined at this point, like with just raw skill.
Yeah.
Both of them super good. And once they refine that a little bit, I mean, watch out, everybody. They're so good.
Someone else that I think if she keeps up with it is Erica Stinchcomb.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be.
Yeah, it was cool to watch her on the feature card
Yeah.
day 2. That was a lot of fun
I think
to watch.
she's going to continue to do well.
Yeah, she made some putts too.
Yeah.
She did.
It's pretty cool.
When she was on the coverage, I was walking with her a little bit, and she said, "You know what? It's not as bad as I thought." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? All the cameras are on. I wasn't sure what I was going to feel like with all the cameras on, but they just kind of disappear in the background." I'm saying,
Yeah.
They do a little bit.
And,
And,
so
and
I,
honestly,
so I
when-
pointed my camera at her face. And said, "How does this feel?"
How about now?
and when big galleries start showing up, I tend to play better.
Yeah.
And I don't
'Cause
know
you
if
wanna
it's 'cause
perform?
I want to perform,
Yeah.
and I concentrate on my shots a little harder.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, you don't want to look like a big jerk in front of 1,000 people,
Right.
but so I do take my time a little bit longer, I think. And for some reason, when the crowds come out and they're following whatever card I'm on,
He's ready.
I play better.
Nice.
Um,
I usually have huge galleries also, but I tend to play about the same either way.
So I wanna tread lightly because I don't want this to come across as if I'm picking on Katrina Allen.
Okay.
But I can't not bring up some of the missed putts she had.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was nerves or she just doesn't putt well on those particular baskets. Her style, because I know some people will change up their style or they'll talk about their style of putting. They have to maybe change up depending on the basket, but
She struggled this year.
she struggled, and
This whole year she struggled with
Yeah,
short
and
putts.
on our little shared text, you even said it was kind of like it's kind of a hard to watch. You're just what
I felt so bad for her. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I was at home. I felt seriously bad for her,
Right.
and even anytime she had to putt that final round, it was almost cringeworthy,
Right.
Because I wanted it to go in so bad because I
Right.
don't want to see somebody. Think about it. If she would have made all of her putts inside 15 feet, she probably would have won.
Yeah, or at least been really close.
She would have been. It would have been a closer
Definitely.
battle at least. But
Yeah.
I mean, even if you go back and watch, I was watching Central Coast's round 1 at lunch. I think they played Northwood, and Katrina was on the cart, and she missed probably 3 or 4 putts that I felt she usually makes or should make.
Right.
So I don't know if it would be a nerve thing. It's just something that she's got to work through. If it comes down to changing her putt from inside the circle, that's something you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to watch.
And don't, guys, if you're listening or if you're watching, don't bash people like that when they're out there. This is their job. Nobody comes up to your job and you make a few mistakes and bash you.
Hey, this hamburger's a little raw.
All right. Well, okay. Maybe if you work at McDonald's, you may get bashed, but but you know what I'm saying. Don't.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely
She's
right.
human. She's human, just like all of us.
Yeah.
I
Johnny V's on the board, and he's got a good point. He said he thinks it's her style with close putts. The pendulum motion is tough to time with those little ones. and then the really short air balls were just brain farts. That's true. Like when Nico was at the height of his awesome putting, he would be, it looks like he would never miss from circle's edge or just inside. But the little short ones, because there's a lot of extra movement to not travel a lot of distance, like a long movement to not travel a lot of distance, sometimes it's, just hard to time. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah. Another person
Although Johnny V has never made a good point. This is the first one ever.
No, this
Or
is
putt.
first.
Wow.
Ow!
Zing.
what?
Sorry, Johnny.
Another
That's
person
not
that
true, Johnny.
I knew the name, I've heard the name before, but I hadn't really paid much attention to Chris Dickerson. I hadn't really paid much attention to his play, but this time since he was on some of our cards, I paid more attention.
Yeah.
And he's talented. He's very talented.
Are you kidding me? Go to his PDGA page and look at his win percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
It
How many
was-
tournaments he's played
Yeah.
and how many tournaments he's won. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It felt like watching him out there that he steps up to a shot and you're like, oh, well, this is going to be perfect.
Right.
And then the angle that he lines up with on the box that he looks at is the angle that he throws almost every single time. He's super talented,
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
He's such a nice guy, too.
He really is. All right, hold on just a second. I'm going to get to
What do you think?
He's 1039 rated. He has played 219 career events and won 112.
Jeez.
It's pretty good.
That's
Pretty
stupid.
For your win percentage to be anywhere in the realm of 50% is
Stupid.
ridiculous.
Mine is probably 10%.
I think mine's less. I'm
look.
probably in the
Go
single
look.
digits. Let's check it out.
Someone that, as you looked at it, someone that surprising, but maybe not surprising after I talked to a few people is Eagle McMahon's performance.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously an excellent golfer, and I'm surprised he wasn't more up there.
He
He's had
really
sh-
just struggled 2 rounds, right?
He's had
One
struggles
big
at
struggle.
Ledgestone, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he pulled out this
Yeah.
year because of an injury, and I think last year maybe, too.
A lot of people said it was because of Northwood that he didn't do so well.
But he
did
played
do
really well
at
there.
Northwood?
I
The
think
second
that's-
round he played really well there, didn't
Yeah.
I think that's where he played well. He
Or was
played
it-
bad first round. I think he had 2 pretty bad rounds.
he? Yeah, something like
But
that.
then he had like almost a 1100 rated round, too.
Yes.
so
Yeah, it was an 1100 rated round when it went in. I
that's
don't know
right.
if it still
Yep,
is.
That is correct.
You're at almost 25%.
Okay, that's not bad. I'll take it.
That's pretty good. 80.
Considering I've played over 300
Right.
events.
Hey, and you're back up over 1,000.
Yeah,
You did it, man.
I've been there for a little while.
Oh, okay. I didn't see my
Since
best.
July.
Yeah, we hadn't looked
Yeah.
at it recently. 365 career events, 86 wins. I think I only have 15 or 16 wins. 2 seconds.
Yeah. So, who else is that play remarked on?
I'm 126 career events, 15 wins. Not as good a percentage as you,
What
but
about-
I'll take it.
What about Bobby? Who else
yeah.
did play well?
Obviously, like we mentioned earlier, Clemens and Oakley. Super proud of them.
Yeah, it was cool to
for
watch
their
Oakley.
play. Yeah.
Oakley play well, solid, top 10.
It was
You
kind
can
of
see it on his face.
I don't
and
think
his
I'm ever
attitude.
going to play Worlds again.
Ever play
I
Worlds?
don't know. Because I last time I played Worlds, I got top 10. And I don't know if I want to.
yeah. I don't blame you.
Kind of.
I think I'm good on that.
Costanza
you know?
it, just leave on a high note.
Costanza. Yeah, exactly.
The only time I played
Costanza.
Worlds, I got in the 120s.
All right,
So I was in the top 120
All right.
of something. Bobby has 13 career events.
How many wins?
It does not list that. It only lists events. So
All right.
could be 1, could be 13. Who knows?
Nah, it's
No,
none.
it's zero.
zero.
It's 0.
All right. So yeah. So
Is that,
pro.
is that 0%?
Yeah,
That's
0%.
0%.
I think that works out to 0%.
Okay, if you multiply this by 0, it's still 0. One last thing that was just kind of crazy. Ricky averaged like 1096 his last 2 rounds
And he still lost.
to lose by
By
1.
one.
Rough. Tough
Oh,
scenes.
but that last,
That's-
if you haven't watched the coverage, I'm sorry for the spoiler, but that last throw on hole 18,
Ooh.
when he threw
Yeah,
that
he about rang it
huge
up.
over the water, brought it in, and then he tossed. How close? I didn't have a. Did you watch the footage to see how close? I was like near Ricky.
It looked a
I
little
thought he was
low
gonna
to
jump
me,
on me.
but
He was
it
so.
looked, yeah.
He was like and he jumped up in the air because he
Yeah.
missed it. But
Can you imagine?
It looked a little low, but I mean, it was hunting. Like it was.
man, that
Yeah.
would have been.
Well, just take
The
away
crowd
Ricky's
would've went
first
crazy.
round or whatever it was. Was
Yeah.
it his first round he played poor?
I think he. I want to say he was like 35 under for his last 3 rounds. So the first 2 rounds were really the ones that set him back.
Silverback says Bobby has won the hearts of many, and that's what counts. See, it doesn't show that percentage, does it?
No,
does.
Because that would
that's
be
not on there.
100% of your heart.
Dude, Johnny V said has to be tough for Emac to putt when he can't reach the rim because he's short.
Oh,
Hey,
gosh.
Johnny.
first
That's
of
his
all,
payback
Johnny,
for the putt.
Yeah,
Johnny-
but Johnny, first off, just because every putt is uphill for me doesn't mean I can't not reach it. Uphill putts are easier, unlike you, behemoth.
Yeah. Putting down at the
Have
basket.
to putt down at the basket, and it's like this big. So I understand. That's why you don't make putts.
Even
It's
at
okay.
hole 12 at Jones East, you're putting down, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
exactly.
Towering over the
Elevated
basket.
Yeah.
Someone said, what about Masters Worlds?
I tried that last year. It just doesn't seem to. It doesn't. I'll be honest. When I'm at that Masters Worlds, I felt like it was just a glorified A tier that I was at. It didn't feel like a world championship, you know.
That was at Kansas City.
And it was in Kansas City, and I don't know, for whatever it just doesn't have that feel to it. I mean, that doesn't mean I won't play one in the future. Like if Emporia hosts one, I'm not going to play that event. But you know, or if maybe Texas has it, or somewhere somewhat close to me that I can go to and play it, maybe. But I would much rather go out and be designing a course than playing it.
It's been 2 years that they separated the age protected videos, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that, I can't remember, was that for certain that they're going to keep it that way, or was it just like a
I don't know.
I know I don't know if I'm right or wrong on this, but I believe that moving forward, I don't know if next year is the same or what, because PDGA is always changing their guidelines and rules and regulations and everything, but I know advanced men and advanced women worlds are going to just be those two. And all the age protecteds divisions like advanced masters and all those are going to go to like an age protected world. So it's not just going to be the MPM or MP40, MP50,
Right.
MP55, 60, 65 and all that. It'll have the amateurs there as well, I believe, because I've heard that the bids going out are for what is it, MA1 and FA1
right?
Yeah.
moving forward. So.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right. Well, someone asked real quick, so we just mentioned, so we're talking about Pro Worlds. Pro Worlds will be in Utah next year.
Yeah.
And we just finished this one, and we already
Doesn't mean I
talking
won't
about.
go to a Pro Worlds
Right.
again. Like I wanted to be there this year.
Yeah.
I really did,
Yeah.
but I had some other things on my plate and all that, so I couldn't make it out there.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Oh well, we do. We should mention a big shout out to Hannah Macbeth as well, doing the live commentary for the women's, and she does an excellent job.
Yeah, super good.
So we all know who does it better, though. She did.
Bobby.
What?
It was you.
Yes.
Who did you say?
Hannah Macbeth. Oh, he said who did it better. He said she did.
Oh,
Hannah.
I see what you're saying.
Hannah did her homework, and she did awesome.
She did.
Yeah,
she had a lot of good notes in front of her,
She
and
did great.
And I actually watched all of theirs.
Nice.
The FPOs.
I did not watch any of yours, Robert.
No, I
watched all of
did.
hers.
I watched one of them from the boat.
Okay, first of all,
But
Anyway.
respect.
All right, so this is the Disc Golf Answer Man show, so we're going to answer some disc golf questions. How does that sound to you
Yeah,
guys?
I like questions.
Like questions. Let's go to, let's first, remember guys, you can go to discgolfanswerman.com, submit your disc golf question. We love when you submit a voicemail. That way you don't have to hear our voice, my voice all the time. So here is from Cody.
What's up, Bobby CoolDaddySlickBreeze, Robert McCall, and Eric McCabe?
Yeah.
Got a question for you guys.
What's
So I was out playing local 9-hole on my work break today and hit my first ace.
Nice.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, it was the wrong basket, so, good old black ace. But that was my first. Still super satisfying to hear chains after throwing your first shot off the tee pad, even though it means nothing. But I was just curious, how do you play your lie when you made it into a basket? Do I just, like if it was in a tree, mark it right below it and continue playing, or do I just win the round and go home?
Yes.
Right. You win tacos.
Just curious. Would love to hear your guys' opinion, or I guess the.
no, okay.
Okay.
Well, you take your 2-stroke penalty and move on to the next hole.
Yeah, if
Take
it's
your par.
if it's a really hard hole, you just got a 3.
Nice par.
Come on.
Good 3.
No, you just mark underneath the basket and play the hole.
No
as
different than if it
accordingly.
was in a branch.
Yeah.
Dude, doesn't-
I wonder if he plays 51 though.
If he plays
'Cause if he
51,
plays
then you got to pay
51,
everybody else $5.
That's what I was thinking. You got to
first.
pay them for getting the wrong basket ace. So
Not too many people play 51 anymore, or even know what it is.
Yep.
It's interesting.
here we go. Next one is from Shane from Durant.
What's up, Bobby Cool, Daddy Sebastian Breeze, Eric Ralph McCabe, and Robert Walter McCall.
Hey, you knew 'em all.
Got a question for you guys. Down here in Texoma, the temperatures easily reach over 100 degrees during the day. So inside of our cars, it's about another 20 to 30 on top of that. I play league nights on Tuesdays, and due to my work schedule, if I get through all my work in time, I can usually get to the course about 15 to 20 minutes before the round starts. Give myself a little bit of time to warm up. So my question is, if you guys have to leave your disc in the car during the day and you know it's going to be hot, besides cracking the windows, what is the best way to approach that? Is there a better place to put them? Should I take them all out of the bag and store them flat? Should I store them all vertically? Any insight to that would be great. Also, because my friends and I, my coworkers and I play together, we typically don't know if we're going to be playing that day until after we all get to work. So unless I start bringing my disc with me all the time, I typically can't play with them. So what I've done, I have one of those little, we call them the disc sack that holds about 10 discs. Right now, I only put 4 in there. I bag multiple copies of the same disc, so I just grabbed one of my each of my go-tos. So my second question to you guys would be, if you had to build a bag out of 4 discs out of your bag, which ones would they be and why? All right, love you. Bye.
Bye. So what I do is, I get meal delivery.
Right.
Cool. So, and they send you those little dry ice things. I put those in I would put that in there.
Make sure that they stay nice and
dry ice.
Yep.
Dry
Is your answer?
Yeah.
The discs retain their shape. They're nice and firm, ready to be thrown.
Awesome.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Can you bring them into work?
This may not
Is
be
that an option?
No.
Yeah, I guess that could be good. Well, I mean, I just put mine in the trunk. If we're being honest, put my bag in the trunk.
I mean, I don't know that there's anything you can do.
I mean, we're a little different because we actually have time to run home and grab our bag if we need to in Emporia, but they'll be fine in your car. I mean, they do get hot, obviously, but one thing to keep in mind is make sure that none of them are like sideways or have anything on top of them, because if you do have something on top or they're in your bag sideways, crooked, and maybe not full, your bag's not full, then you're definitely going to see some warpage with your discs. But if it's not an option to bring them into your workplace, just make sure they're in a good spot. I mean, you could go as far as taking discs out of your bag and just stacking them in your car.
As long as it's not going to slide around.
Yes. Well, I meant like when you get to work, you just set them in there
Sure,
yeah.
And
you go in. But just a thought.
Yeah. My bag is full enough, like you said, that I just put them in there.
Mm-hmm. And what are your 4 discs?
Ooh. Right now I'm going to take the Raider. I'm going to take the Explorer. I'm going to take the EMAC Truth. And I'm going to take the Warden. Those are my 4.
God, as much as...
Are you about to say the same discs as me?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I absolutely, honestly would say the same 4 discs.
Dang.
And that's... yeah. I mean, and they're all 4 very versatile discs. The Raider I can get to bomb as far as I need to throw. I can get a nice hyzer line out of it.
Yeah, throw 4-hander with it if you want.
The Explorer is just a longer EMAC Truth for me. And the EMAC Truth is, come on, let's go, obvious. Come on. And then Warden, obviously putting. So I think I would have the same exact 4 discs.
Why you gotta be copying me?
I don't know.
Wait. To be fair, you've been playing for a while.
See, I would have a different Warden plastic.
Yeah, you would. Prime.
I'm
using Classic.
Prime and then Lucid Opto.
Lucid Opto Fusion for me, I think, on the Raider.
Oh, I thought you said Lucid Raider.
Sorry, Lucid EMAC. Mm-hmm. Opto Explorer Fusion Raider.
Metallic EMAC. Actually,
those are good.
And I've got some of those coming out very soon.
What's up? What are you taking, Bobby?
Let me guess. Deputy.
4 discs.
Deputy.
Suspect.
Trespass.
Maverick.
And another Trespass.
And a Maverick.
Easy. It's the easiest game we've ever played
in the world. Next one comes from...
And 4 discs you wouldn't take.
Would not take?
I'm just kidding.
Slammer.
Fugitive.
Frisbee pie can. Or tin thing. Yes.
Frisbee
pie
take
tin. One of those.
Hey, very overstable. Yeah, might just on the way to the course make $500.
Yeah, you never know.
I wouldn't take a...
for a 1 disc challenge.
This one comes from Mike
A
L.
vinyl record.
A vinyl record. A Bobby Brown record.
They don't stick in baskets very well.
They do not.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Mike from Michigan I'm calling you the 3 wise men of golf. So there you go. Anyway, I had to call real quick. I was just listening to episode 275 where I had shared the story about Robert recommending the Harp as a replacement for the X3. My first throw, I ended up acing it. And I just have to say, because Eric was in the studio and said, "Oh man, I'd retire that disc." That's exactly what I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I have only Ace with that disc, and
Solid.
I immediately placed an order for another hardware so that I can have the disc
Sweet.
on the wall in my office that has only ever gotten Ace. So
100%.
just thought I'd follow up with you guys on that to let you know, yes, in fact, it was retired after one throw.
That's awesome.
As it should have been, and it makes for a great story now. So
Yeah.
thanks again, guys. Keep it real.
Disc has never touched the ground.
Yeah. I've never come close to doing anything like that, but if I did, I don't care if it's the best disc I've ever had. I'm hanging it up.
What if you threw it a second time and aced?
Oh my gosh.
That would be really hard to hang up.
What if you threw it a third time and aced?
I would say you're playing a really, really short course.
Yeah, that's right. Is this like a little tiki course here that we're playing?
A tiki course?
Have you ever played the Tiki course? It's
Where's the
amazing.
Tiki course.
I have not.
I have.
Where's it at?
It
Is
is
that the
in
Blockhouse?
Spotsylvania, Virginia. Yeah, the Blockhouse.
Yeah.
They have two courses, the light side and the dark side, I believe the name of them.
Mm.
Or sunny side.
Sunny side and
Sunny
dark
side
side.
and dark side. And they have a night tiki course. It's like think about miniature golf, like legit miniature golf with discs. And they have like
They're really short holes.
they're putters. It's
Yeah.
like putter course. And then like those little glow tubes that have like lights in them.
Mm-hmm.
They have some of those lining the fairways, and the fairways are like a sidewalk width. And if you go off those, it's OB. Like hole one legit has a tiki head that just goes in circles, and you have to putt around it.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so something that is coming up that's very special to me.
Your bird day?
No.
Happy bird day.
Happy birthday. No, Tyler Searle has this thing going on called Sailing the Seas with Dynamic Discs. And it's not a disc golf cruise, much like the other ones that happened where we're going to go play disc golf. It's disc golfers going on vacation, and it's your opportunity to join us on vacation. It's from January 16th through January 20th. We would leave out of we are going to leave out of Tampa Bay. It's going to cruise on through Cozumel and then come back to Tampa Bay, Florida. But it's
4 nights or something like that.
yeah,
right?
4 nights. Excuse me. So it's super exciting stuff going to happen. Tyler's super pumped about it. The cool thing is he's got confirmation of Eric and Tina Oakley going. And just recently he texted me and said Emerson Keith is now
Nice.
going to go out there. So it's just kind of
And you and Rusko.
me and Rusko are going to go out there. And, of course, I'll go out there and do my documenting and vlogging and stuff like that. It's
I
going
don't
to be
know.
good
I
times.
feel like we need to record a live disc golf answer man.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Talk to the boss man.
Pardon me, boss man.
Anyway, I'm super excited about it. For one, I've never been on a cruise, and then to kind of hang out and party with a bunch of disc golfers, I think it's going to be a really cool time. If you want more information on that, email
Austin?
Alston, but it's Alston.
Oh, Alston.
Alston
Okay.
at travelmation.net. TravelMation.net. There is a $200 deposit due by September 15th to kind of secure your spot. So you've got a little less than a month to secure your spot. And they've got prices from about $1,000 to $1,400, and that's for 2 people.
Ooh.
So $1,000 for 2 people in a stateroom or on a balcony room, $1,400 for 2 people.
Sweet.
But I think there's some other packages as well that you can do, but you got to contact the travel agent, Alston.
Sounds like fun.
What does he say in the office? I was looking for one of those like all-inclusive resorts where everything's just kind of free. And you guys got anything like that?
Alston.
Alston,
I
so
thought you
check
said
that out.
Alston.
It's going to be a good time.
Massachusetts.
And as Tyler gives me more information on that, I'll give you guys more information.
Sweet.
All right, John, the wrong-handed thrower.
Yeah, you are.
Wait, did we answer that guy's second question? Yeah, we did.
Hey,
Wait,
It sounded like he's...
Take.
what is he doing?
Maybe he just missed a putt.
hey, DGAM fam. This is John from Idaho. I just moved to Idaho 3 weeks ago from California.
That's potatoes growing.
And the tees around here are smaller concrete tee pads with slick brick around them. And I've been having trouble getting my full form, my full run through, because the brick causes me to slip every single time. I tried to find some new shoes, but I'm flat-footed, and so anything with any sort of cushion or arch support, I can't wear them. So I've been trying to find something with like Vibram bottoms or something that are flat-footed, but that's like an almost impossible combination. So I was wondering two things. One, what shoes could I find that would sort of work in that situation? And two, what can I do to
Dramatic
alleviate the problems in my run-up and follow-through so that way I'm not mentally blocked every single time having a shorter run-up? Do I just do an X step? Anyways, looking forward to the answer. And as always, keep it real.
What say you? Shoes. What kind of shoes first?
I think Solomon is a really nice flat bottom shoe.
Yep.
I think
Is that like fat bottom girls?
it is.
Okay.
Flat. It's flat bottom girls.
Flat
contrary
bottom, not fat.
No.
They make the rockin' world go round.
No,
Flat,
they do. Okay.
Flat bottom girls.
Flat bottom
On their
girls.
bicycles.
I think I just the L
Queen,
didn't quite come out.
Queen said it best, yeah, while they were riding their bicycles. Shouting, "Don't stop me now."
Okay, thanks.
What they are a little expensive.
Yes.
Solomon can be a little pricey, but any disc golf shoe is expensive,
Yep.
really.
They're
Quality
and
disc golf shoes.
Quality, yes.
we're
Get
probably-
some Discovers. They're pretty flat bottom.
Very. If you can find
I would
some,
buy
Dude,
three of them.
speaking of which, I saw the other day on my time hop, Portland Worlds came up in my time hop. And
Yeah.
I saw a picture of me throwing or putting or something like that.
Were you in your
I
Discovers?
was rocking the Discovers that whole tournament.
killing it. If you
Portland World.
if you haven't been around DD for a while, those were our lifestyle type shoes that
Well,
we
think-
put out a while back.
They were
skate-
Discovers, which was disc over.
Right.
Technically, you were supposed to put them on after
After
you
you
played
ran
disc
them
golf.
over.
It was like a skate shoe. It reminded me of like a DC skate shoe.
Yeah.
A lot of people were trying to wear them while they played, and they just
just weren't
A
awesome.
lot
for
of
that.
people loved them.
Not a lot of people left them. Anyway, I would say, as far as like the support on shoes goes, I've got just kind of regular old arches, so I can't speak to what shoes are good for people who are flat-footed. But I will say I play in Solomons all the time, and they're my favorites.
I love
and they're good
Solomon.
for the slippery because that's kind of what he was talking
Oh,
about,
yeah.
like the slippery.
Yeah.
tees.
But then the other portion of his question is that the tee pads are surrounded by that kind of slippery brick or whatever.
Gravel or okay, like
Brick, yeah, just kind of like smooth, he said. And I mean, I kind of have a short run up anyway, so that sort of stuff usually doesn't bother me. If I were you, and I was trying to incorporate a run up that would be better for that, I would start just by slowing everything down. It's entirely possible that you're taking too many steps because you think if you kind of get up to speed before you throw the disc, then you're going to throw it farther. And that's not always the case. In fact, unless you're really, really perfect at your timing, it's rarely the case.
True.
So I would just work on taking that little bit shorter run up by slowing down some. And then once you step off the tee box, like after you throw, I mean, you're not trying to throw yourself to the point where you slip or whatever. But if you follow through and your foot slides a little bit after that, it doesn't matter that much because you already threw the disc.
What about throwing from behind the tee? Is that an option?
No, that is not an option.
Should we ask? Oh,
Is that
never
too
mind.
soon? It
Y'all
was
are-
unfortunate.
Y'all are opening a
I
can
know,
of
I
worms
know,
here.
I know.
It was unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Indeed it was.
Oh, let's
Anyway.
see. Go ahead.
No, that's right.
Nope.
Oh.
You go ahead.
You go ahead. This one's from G. What up, G?
What is up, guys? This is Guggen, aka G, from the very moderately weathered city of Vancouver, British Columbia.
Baller.
Guys, if you haven't been here, you need to make a trip out. I know it's Canada. I know it's pretty far for you guys, but if you make the trip, you won't regret it. It's a beautiful place. A lot of disc golf going on around here.
Poutine
It's
for
a great
everyone.
community.
Gravy fries.
I was playing our weekly doubles actually today. Just finished up. And I've been noticing that I get a lot of shit for using my 30
Whoa.
seconds when I'm on the tee pad.
It's Canada.
I know I'm not a pro, far from it, but I
Sorry.
need that time to get in the right mindset, check the wind, make sure I'm comfortable, and also make sure there's not a lot of crap in my mind that's going to clutter my shot. But they give me a lot of slack. I know sometimes they're joking, but some people have given me like a little poo-poo for it. And I'm
Like how
ignoring
it gradually
it.
goes
But I'm
Now he
actually playing my
censors
first
him.
tournament ever in a few weeks.
Exactly.
And I'm wondering, should I set their expectation? Hey guys, just so you know, I use my full 30 seconds. Or, I don't know. What do you guys think? When I'm playing casually, should I just not say anything to these guys? Some of them are just sour because, they've been drinking all day. And then when they start sobering up, they get a little bit of pissy. But it still affects me a little bit, annoys me a little bit. And I play a little bit better than them too. Anyways, want to get your thoughts? Using your full 30 seconds, people being annoyed, what do you do? Thanks.
Well, I would start by saying ensure that the time that you're taking is actually 30 seconds. Even to the point where it's probably worthwhile to time yourself once or twice and actually do what you plan on doing, instead of just saying, I take my full 30 seconds. Well, if you take a long time, it's your responsibility to know if that's actually 30 seconds or not, because sometimes somebody's going to call you on it, and then you're in trouble, So I would time yourself and make sure that you're not actually taking over 30 seconds, and then after that, I would just play. I wouldn't say anything to anybody on my card. Just do your thing.
Just you do you.
Yeah.
And yes, Vancouver is very beautiful, and there's some really good disc golf. Just down the road from there, Kamloops. I designed a course. It's in the ground. Go play it.
Dude.
Kamloops?
Yeah.
Kamloops.
Isn't that in a song?
I don't know. Maybe. It's in BC.
Kamloops. I can't think of it.
I don't think that's the song, though.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think I said it?
Hey, be careful. We might get copyright dinged for your very accurate portrayal of the Kamloops.
All right, next one's from Wit. What you got, Wit? Why is there an echo? Do you guys hear that echo?
Yeah, I hear it every now and then.
Is the effect on just a little bit? It's not even on. It's not even turned on.
It's muted. All right.
Echo.
There you go.
Still there.
I don't hear it.
Is the reverb turned up on mine?
I don't see it.
All right. Here we go. Wit.
Sorry, this is just coming from a tunnel.
4-2 Wit.
Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man crew. This is Whit from Texas, and my question today is, what are the targeted muscle groups used in disc golf? I appreciate all you fellas do for the sport and for us listeners. So thank you for being there and keeping it real.
Thank you, Wit. What is the most
targeted
used
muscles? I would say having a very, very strong core is probably one of the most important things to focus on.
Yep.
As far as disc golf would go, flexibility obviously goes a long way, but your core strength is what players like Paul Macbeth, being his size, can throw a disc over 500 feet. That's from his raw core.
Yep.
Being able to work out and just
That's what I think too. I mean, and having good flexibility specifically in your hips
and your back.
Yes. Yeah, definitely in your back too. For me, my mobility is drastically limited because I have very inflexible hips from the knee surgeries that I've had before and recovering from them. Like I just didn't stay flexible throughout that time. And now that hurts me because I can't engage the way that I need to
follow through all the way.
You're
using a lot of upper body.
Right. Yeah. Not just getting everything that I can into the throw because it's just like, it's tight. You want everything to be in good working and loose condition, and that's what you got to work on. So if I was to recommend anything, make sure that your abs and back, everything through like your trunk, legs, buttocks, things like that, all that stuff.
Make sure you have a very strong trunk.
Yes, that's correct. But if that's good and flexible, you're going to be happy with it.
So a couple things that are off topic, but I just read this and I wanted to get your thoughts. When you are away from when you're home and you are there and awake, I should say, home and awake, like during the evening.
Like at my house.
What do you set your temperature at?
73.
It's been on like 72 the past week.
And when you're asleep, do you change it, or is that about
73?
73. What about when you're not home?
How long am I not home for?
For the day, for the work.
Most of the time, still 73.
Just keep it there.
A couple times I'll pop it up a couple times. Depends on what it's going to be like outside. Like a day like today, it's 97. I don't want my AC working like super overtime.
Right.
So I'll maybe pop it up to 75.
See, days like today are the ones where I will set it. I will keep it at 73 because let's say I move it up to like 78.
What do you tell me in the YouTube real quick? What you want? Go ahead.
You guys have air conditioning?
Yeah, we just got it.
Wow.
Let's say we move it up to 78, right? And then by the time I get home, I'm like, all right, it's a little warm in here. Let me turn this down. It's going to take forever to actually get back to a comfortable temperature.
Yeah, that's true.
So when it's super hot outside, I like to just keep it at the same.
Energy Star recommends that you keep your house at 78 degrees when you're home.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to
and
do that.
awake.
78?
When you're home and asleep, 82 degrees.
Wait,
when you're not home, 85 degrees.
Who said this?
Energy Star.
Where are they based out of? Like Washington.
Alaska. I don't know. I just saw it real quick and I thought that was interesting. That is crazy.
That is way too warm.
Yeah, no thanks.
I don't think mine goes up to 80.
What I want to know, Bobby, is having, like, we know that when we go on road trip, obviously you know this as well, Eric, when we go on road trips and you're staying with Jeremy and you get to a hotel room, instantly turns down the
Super
AC
low.
as cold as possible.
Right, because he doesn't have to pay for the
Because he doesn't have to pay for the AC. So what does he set it at when he does have to pay for the AC at home? Is it still freezing like that?
No.
It's just regular.
It's just like regular. Yeah, regular.
Yeah, because when we get to hotels, I mean, he will literally push down on the temperature until it won't allow him to anymore. Sometimes that's 60. Sometimes it's lower.
Yep.
And then I wait till he goes to sleep and I turn it back up.
Turn it right
Our
on.
house is, like, the bedroom is the, northeast corner of it. So we get that sun in the morning, so it's not as bad. But, like, the living room in the evening can be a little warmer because it's on the west side of the house where the sun is at, the peak, whatever, on its way down. So it's definitely a little warmer on that side of the house, I noticed.
I just thought that was interesting.
78
degrees.
That's crazy. What's the board saying? Are they saying?
We got, let's see. One guy says, 12. Adam CW says, my wife keeps it 81 to 83.
Jeez.
Ham and cheese, nice, says, no way, constant 65 for me.
Nice.
72.
It also kind of
76
depends.
and 78. Then
Now,
have
someone
fans
says-
to move air.
Depends on where you live. I kept mine upper 78 in Florida. I could see 78
could see
probably
that.
feeling cooler
Yeah.
than here.
Well, that, and it also kind of depends on how big your house is.
Yeah. And if the wind and stuff is a nice breeze or something like that, 78 might not feel so bad. That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, they crazy.
Crazy. So another thing we had is I wanted to thank everybody that follows me on Facebook for giving me suggestions while we're traveling on food to eat, because I went to 2 taco places and they were very good taco places.
Nice.
But
So twice I was sent to a taco place and they are street tacos.
Yeah.
Which is
what I like.
basically al pastor, carne asada, chorizo, and then some lettuce, cilantro, and
El
onions.
Marmol style.
Right, El Marmol style, and then it's like 2 corn tortillas.
Love it.
Good.
Yeah, cool.
But so that's when I look at that and I say, this is why I say Torchy's is different, because Torchy's isn't street tacos.
They're not
Torchy's
street
you
tacos.
get like brisket,
But
pulled
can't you-
pork.
It's like
Get-
fusion tacos.
Can you get street tacos at Torchy's?
I don't know.
I wonder if they have that on their menu.
They may have that.
Maybe. You could
So-
probably make your own somehow.
So anyway, but they were very good tacos. So thank you guys for if you suggested
But
that.
they were
on-
street tacos. See, I'm all about my street tacos.
They were good.
We
I
should
like
be
street
eating
tacos.
El Marmol every Tuesday afternoon when we're recording the show.
I
They
am
were good.
so interested, Eric. I will wait all day
I will
to
not
make-
eat until
to make Taco Tuesday a thing.
And then Dana,
we can have LeBron James open the show. With his Taco Tuesday.
Dana, how do you say his last name?
Vici.
Vici. I was gonna say Visich.
It is not that.
It is not.
Or it might be Vici.
Vichy.
I thought it was Vici.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it-
Anyway, he had seen the post I'd made about tacos and said, "Man, you guys need to go get some Cubana pizza." I'm like, "What?" And so there's a place called One World Cafe, and I got some Cubana pizza. And me, Anthony, and Danny had that, and it was really good. It had ham, bacon, some kind of chipotle sauce as the sauce,
Yeah, you're probably gonna say pineapple next, aren't you?
and then cheese, and I think I had a little bit of pineapple,
Gross.
and then you put pickles on top.
Nope.
That was good, wasn't it, Danny and Anthony?
The pizza was good. I did not do it with pickles.
Oh, Danny didn't put the pickles, but
They're both-
me and Anthony put pickles on it. I
Pickles
thought
are-
it was good.
I don't know. It depends on the pizza.
I love Cuban sandwich.
Oh, he loves Cuban sandwiches.
yeah.
So
I could eat. I can eat pineapple on pizza. I think it's good.
I cannot.
So if you're listening or watching, follow us on Facebook, and when we travel, we'll ask for food recommendations, and we'll try them out for you. Let you know if we like them or not. If we don't, then we won't ever listen to you again.
Dang. Yeah, we will.
DJ has the next question.
What's up, cool Daddy Slick Breeze? Eric, if you're there, McCabe, and Robert, the Quality Quaff McCall. I really like the hair, man. Hey guys, so recently I joined our United States military, and I also had a new change of life and was saved. Prior to these things, I was a, let's just say, frequent flyer of the stigma of disc golf. And the other
Lot of
day I
bogeys.
was kind of pondering something that I thought about it, and I was just curious what you guys thought about it. I used to do men's physique bodybuilding shows, And there were certain organizations, not all, but certain ones, that if you wanted to compete in their shows, you had to be drug tested. So not to stir a pot or not to have anybody called out, but just purely out of curiosity, what do you guys think would happen to our pro tour, specifically pros, people that played, probably above 1,000 rated golf? What would happen if certain sanctioned events required a drug test or a drug screening? I just kind of was curious in thinking about it. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, and God bless you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do, and keep it real.
Well, I will keep it real, DJ, and say that we're not going to get into this. No, I'm saying,
Gosh, that's not keeping it real, Bobby.
No, to keep it real, yeah, of course. It's not any secret that if that were to happen, there would probably be quite a few pros that would be unable to play, ineligible to play. I'm not going to call out and make judgment on who that would be.
Honestly, though,
it's fewer now.
Just in my mind, thinking back of like the world's finishes, I can't think of anybody that I know like, oh man, that guy would be screwed in this situation, Because like when I was touring, absolutely, I would have probably won every tournament I played in. But it's a different scene now. People are taking it more professional, so I think it's a lot different now.
Yeah, I just thinking across the top few, like, and I don't know everything that everybody does, but yeah, I mean, I can't say anyone stands out as like, all right, I for sure know that guy smokes all the time, or that girl. Honestly, I don't know.
No,
but some of them also potentially live in a place where they can do that. And then what? Do you not test for that in that state? It's just one of those things.
Yeah. So, all right. Next question comes from Mr. Jordy, or could be Mrs. Jordy, I suppose. Could be
2019. Man.
Yep. So here we go. Nope, wrong one. And this one.
Hey guys, this is Jordan from Louisville, Kentucky.
Probably missed her.
I've been playing disc golf probably for the last year and a half or so, and really love the sport. And as my love for the sport has grown, I've also gained a love for watching disc golf, primarily on YouTube, obviously, through Jomez Pro, and obviously a lot of the live coverage. My question for you guys is, where do you guys see disc golf coverage, primarily live disc golf coverage, going in the next 5, 10, 15 years? My only beef with the current coverage is that they follow the lead card, which is great because we're seeing the best of the best. But there's been multiple times where somebody from the chase card has won the tournament, and it just kind of feels like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, I guess. I would just like to see more cameras out there following multiple groups, like maybe instead of the lead card, maybe 3 to 4 groups, so that coverage can continue to flow and there's not as many commercials and things like that. And it would just enhance the overall viewer experience and the experience of those of us who love the sport of disc golf. Thanks, guys.
So I'm going to speak for probably most, if not all, disc golf media people out there, because I am a disc golf media person out there, and I've been doing it for about 10 years. We would love it as well. We would love to have multiple cameras, multiple angles, a whole host of people out there filming everything, multiple cards, so that we could bring you all the action that's out there. The problem is, just like anything else, money. We don't have the money. There's no way to predict whether Ricky's going to have a hot round or a bad round, because, you know, some of the people we can predict are going to do pretty good, but even the people that you think could do well, like a Ricky or a Kevin Jones, or even Calvin Heimberg, who, he throws really well and he may have a good round. But if you I don't want to say waste time. If you take the time to film those people and then all of a sudden they have a terrible round, now you've got this whole round of footage that isn't what you thought it was going to be. So in 5 years, I'm not in the live world, so obviously Johnny V, who's online, could answer that better. But I would imagine within 5 years, or at least at the tail end of 5 years, you'll see a little bit more of that. Maybe one more card, maybe 2 more cards, where someone like Johnny V and maybe 2 other people are switching between the views. Maybe MPO 1 and 2 and 3. They'll bring you 4 or 5 holes of MPO1, and then real quick they'll put in MPO2 a couple holes, and then MPO3, depending on how
Just
well they're
different player,
doing.
like a player that's killing it, get a live camera on him and start following him for a few holes, that kind of thing.
But right now it's money, man.
Now,
don't have the money.
Let me ask you this: does that eat up any more bandwidth?
Yes.
Like, does that adding more cameras will make the quality go down?
My understanding is that each camera is sending out a signal and it's sending a file, those video files, out to wherever Johnny V is, or to a satellite, and Johnny V's hooked up. So every time a camera is pushing information out, that's using up bandwidth. Johnny, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the way I understand it. So
he doesn't know. He just pokes a lot of it.
That's true. So a couple of things to think about. One, it's pretty darn rare that someone just straight up comes off of lead card to win on a tournament that has live coverage. It's happened, but it doesn't happen as frequently as I think it's being asked here, right? So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But another thing is, okay, if we want to have a golf broadcast, right? So, and let's say we just limit it to 4 holes, then you need to have, in order to get the sort of coverage that we currently have, you would need 2 cameras per hole, so 8 cameras to start with. And if you want it to be like a golf broadcast, they're not cutting into live shots every single time. Like if you throw your tee shot on hole 1 and it lands, that's cool, and then they're like, we're going to cut over to hole 2. What are the chances that it's going to be perfectly timed for me to just start throwing my shot? Almost none.
Yeah.
Right. So they do it on a delay, and that requires additional people to do.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Well, there's like probably 15 Johnnies.
Yes. Yeah. On a golf broadcast, they cover far more than 4 holes at a time. They've got huge camera crews. So that's one thing that I think, it'd be great if we could cover a couple more cards and decrease commercials. But here's another thing. Live is expensive, and commercials pay for that.
Right. Yeah, Johnny V says it wouldn't lower the quality, but each camera is 1.8 gigs of data per hour.
1.21 gigawatts.
Well, yeah. Now, Daniel says easiest thing would be an ace cam on a certain basket that is highly probable. I would have to say that is
that's the
not
least
easiest.
helpful.
It's easier.
We kind of did that, didn't we?
We kind of did that,
At
but
GBL.
again, that's still a resource. That's a camera. That's a tripod.
That's a person.
You could maybe just set it there if you wanted to, but let's say someone gets in the way. Let's say the wind knocks it over. My thinking is you would still want someone to at least check on the camera, and then
steal that camera.
You would make sure it's not stolen. So,
but I think also, and this isn't a shot against you on the board, Daniel, but the chances of a hole getting aced on camera are so slim, like fewer than 1 per round all the time. So.
Like not even 1 per tournament.
Yeah. So cool if there's a static cam on a hole like hole 17 at Country Club or like hole 17 at USDGC.
16.
Great. 16. My bad. But yeah, the island hole. Like cool if it's on a hole like that, but the idea of getting an ace out of that is pretty unlikely.
And the quality probably wouldn't be that great from you wouldn't be able to see the guy throw, or you wouldn't be able to see the up close basket either. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As you would seeing a full zoom or having 2 shots.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So anyway, like I would totally be like, as someone who occasionally commentates on that stuff, I would very much be in favor of having the broadcast be more than just 1 card where we could switch around. I think that would be so awesome. We just don't have the resources to do it right now in the method that we currently do.
And I know,
and just to give people an idea,
excuse me,
how much does one of those cameras and get up everything you'd need?
Oh gosh,
just ballpark how much it costs.
I mean,
and Johnny's out there; he could probably do it as well.
Give him it much better. I don't know if he could. I mean, I would assume he could use these cameras, and these cameras, brand new, I think, were $1,700.
And then you've got
the pack that goes with it. I don't know the cost. I mean, when
and
I did
the
live
person,
long
the
time ago,
to be there.
Yeah, paying a person to be out there. So yeah, it's not cheap. I think part of the issue is, and it's not your fault, DJ, because you're new to the sport, and it's not really anybody's fault. But I think part of the issue is people come from other sports, football, golf. Name any other sport that's on ESPN, and they fall in love with disc golf, and then they find out, oh my gosh, all this disc golf covered. Let me watch it. Oh my gosh, it's so archaic. Yeah. And so they feel like they're like, well, I don't understand. these other sports do all this camera coverage. How come disc golf doesn't do that? Well, of course, it's not like we're sitting around going, well, one camera's good enough. It's all we need. No, we wish we could do more. We just can't do more.
Those are.
Yeah, camera is 4,000. Streaming equipment is about 8,000.
Yeah,
there you go.
And in general, those broadcasts that you're talking about in other major sports are multi-million-dollar ventures. Multi-million. So if we had even just a single million to put into a broadcast, it'd be awesome.
Jeez, can you imagine?
But we don't.
All right, we could go down this rabbit hole longer.
We could do the exact same broadcast that we currently do, and then just pay the people involved way more.
Yep.
Good use of $1 million.
So what can you do as the listener and as the viewer of it? You can watch it. You can give it the thumbs up. You can subscribe to those channels so that when those media companies go outside and get outside money, they can say, look at all these views. Look at all these thumbs up. And don't gripe about the commercials because that's what pays for it. That's what pays for it is those commercials. You watch a football game, you're going to see commercials. You watch a golf match, you're going to see commercials. You just get the gripe about it on YouTube where you can't on TV.
Masters.
Yeah. Where you're
the Masters that have commercials?
It's very limited commercials.
Yeah, super.
But it costs a gajillion dollars to watch, watch it.
Yeah. That is correct.
So somebody pays for it.
Well, there's money. There's a lot of money involved down there.
I wish I could work
dirty
intern.
money.
I wish I could intern at something like that for like a week or
like
something.
CBS Sports or something.
Well, I can maybe make that happen at an LPGA event.
Oh yeah, your brother maybe connection.
My brother's course hosts an LPGA. I don't know if it's a major or just a tour event. Either way,
if I could just sit back with a notebook and just watch, that would be amazing.
I can probably make that happen, Bobby.
Make it happen.
All right,
make it happen, Captain.
Are you ready? Starts at 4.
Okay. Well, let's finish this, then we'll go.
All you have to do is speed a little bit if you want to get there.
All right, this next one is from Ron
Burgundy.
Hello, Bobby Cool, Daddy Slick Breeze, Eric the Truth, McCabe, and Robert, disc golf commentator extraordinaire, McCall. This is Ron, the Bald Viking from Mound Valley, Kansas, and I got great news yesterday. My cancer is in remission.
Awesome.
So I've talked about this before. Disc golf is something I picked up as a way to exercise while going through, while recovering from cancer and treatments and stuff. And then boom, it's back again. And so it's been a long kind of crazy road for me in the past several months. I want to thank you guys at Dynamic Discs and you guys at Disc Golf Answer Man and Danny and Anthony. And you guys have been a godsend to me and might get a little emotional here.
No worries.
Anyway, thank you guys for everything that you have done for me. I've learned a lot. I haven't gotten to play much this summer. I've played 6 times in May, twice in June, last time on June 28th, and then that was it. Hoping to get back out and play soon. Anyway, my question for you guys is, what's the biggest obstacle that you have overcome in your pursuit of playing disc golf? And once again, thank you guys. God bless you all, and grow the sport.
That is fantastic.
That is great
news,
news.
Yeah, good stuff, Ron.
And thank you for sharing it with us. I really do. I appreciate your confidence in us and your just overall just really cool. And thank you for sharing a little bit of your journey.
Yeah, we like getting to know y'all more.
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
Some of you. I'm just teasing. Anyway, so that is a big obstacle that you have overcome. What about you, Eric? What's a big challenge that you have overcome?
My biggest obstacle that I have overcome was a broken hand. I won the 2008 Players Cup, which was a major back in the good old days. Won that major, and then the following spring, something like that. I don't remember what it was. I was loading a bike in the back of a truck, slipped, fell, basically landed on my hand. Bike landed on me as well. Not much fun. I did break a couple bones in my hand. It was awful. Like, I remember playing GBO that year. This was 2009 GBO, and oh my god, it was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I still cashed, which was amazing. Drives, like mashing drives, didn't hurt, but when I went to putt, that little touch shot, and it was right in here, like almost my wrist area. Ow!
Yeah,
like just it hurt so bad. And it was like a wounded duck. And I was known back then for my jam speed spin putts that just, come out of the hand like a rocket, basically. So that was really hard to overcome, and I overcame that and won Worlds the following year.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Putting a little less pace on the putter from that point on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like still lots of spin,
but they weren't like
speed.
It wasn't as hot as I used to. Correct.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. I had knee surgery a couple years back. Took me out of disc golf for nearly 2 years, and just decided I was going to start playing again. And I was still 1,000 rated when I had that surgery, and when I came back, I quickly became not 1,000 rated because I couldn't throw very far anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, just kind of building my rating back up to being what it was, and then just getting a little out in front of that. That's been super fun to do. It's difficult, man, but yeah, it's been really cool.
Injuries are hard.
Yeah, they suck.
Granted, none of what I've had to go through is anything in comparison to what you had to go through, Ron, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I don't know that I had any big challenges that slowed down my disc golf. Well, I guess other than
Sebastian,
yeah, boy gets on my nerves.
Little sea bass. We got a super chat real quick.
Oh, we did? Nice.
I don't mind doing that from Dead King 13.
Nice.
Little Star Dustin.
All right.
Little star.
Let's keep his question. Let me do my challenge real quick. My
Oh,
challenge,
yeah. Oh, sorry. My bad.
I guess the challenge wasn't in disc golf, but getting into disc golf.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming, getting where I'm at now, and I still have a long way to go, but getting to where I'm at was a challenge and obstacle, and I'm thankful that I'm here.
he used to just be Daddy SlickBreeze.
Yeah, just Daddy. He wasn't cool.
Now he's cool.
All right, so Dead King 13.
Yeah, he says, advice on learning to use the elbow to leverage your throw instead of whipping the shoulder. I've seen Danny's video, but still don't know how to fix.
I whip my hair back and forth.
Got to just work on whipping your hair back and forth.
Right.
A good question, Dustin. So a couple of things, I think. One is a lot of people, when they are reaching back, they don't time it properly and start to pull through early. That's what makes a lot of people kind of lead with their shoulder and round, right? And so one thing to do is to try reaching back just a little bit later. That's going to set you in a better timing. And then the other thing that I've seen Danny do, and I've seen some people who have that good power pocket form do, is that they'll watch the disc as they let it go. Like they'll watch it all the way down. Like look at the stamp while it's passing you. That's going to help you to. It's much harder to do that with your shoulder leading than if your elbow's leading, because you can get the disc into a good spot. So a couple things to try out, but once again, I think that video that Danny put out is very good. Yes.
Very good.
See, this.
What?
Sometimes my Apple Watch says, you did it. You stood for another hour.
You did
I didn't
it.
move.
It's because you did it in your hand.
But, okay. Anyway.
I don't know.
We got two more questions. This next one comes from Anonymous. I turned the volume off. Anonymous.
What's up, Disc Golf Answer Man crew? I am a huge fan of the not-so-recently retired Fluid Frost and Elastoplastics. I remember when they were retired, y'all said that we might be able to bring them back if there was the right amount of demand, but how can we show that demand? I'm also curious if we might be able to at least get a final run of the Fluid Frost and Elastoplastics like we had with the Snowline plastic in the Explorer and the Ballista. Thanks, guys.
I honestly don't know if there is any more fluid plastic to do that, because they did that, like they had the extra plastic for whatever reason. They had the extra quantity, and then they made the I think it was last seasonal, right during Christmas, they made the Ballista and the Explorer. I don't know if they have any more. If they do, I would venture to believe if they did, they would have used it by now, but I don't know that for sure.
I don't know.
But how would someone? How that? It's a very good question. If it's not available to purchase, how do people show that they want it? Where's the demand? How do they show for the demand when we don't offer it?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe reaching out to us on Facebook would be good, or
maybe
email.
send a question into a podcast that's associated with the company.
Yeah.
That might help.
He just did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's hard to take the 1 and 2 person that says it. I mean, I understand when you have one person, you can have up to, the statistics or whatever is up to 10 people have this feel the same. But it's just hard to justify it when it didn't do as well as we had hoped the first time. And so it would have to be like overwhelming demand for it. I mean, we'd have to like have messages left and right and
daily almost. Right?
Yeah,
like,
for us to
weekly
be,
at least, because we probably get this maybe monthly now.
Yeah, there's just not enough demand to warrant it. But that's not to say we won't ever do it again.
Fluid warrant.
Maybe I'm hinting at something. No, I'm not.
Maybe I know.
Yeah, maybe the sheriff will come by and bring the captain. Am I telling the truth? No subtleties there.
No.
All right. Next question comes from another one from Jordy.
Hey guys, this is Jordy from Louisville, Kentucky.
Still, Mister.
I just had a question. Something that I've noticed when watching the FPO, and it's no surprise, I guess, to most people that Katrina Allen and Paige Pierce don't get along. I noticed I was watching the final to the FPO Worlds, and when I left, I had to go do something, and when I left, Katrina was up by like a shot or two, and I came back and she had fallen way down, and I caught the end of the FPO finals, and Sarah Hokum and Evelina hugged Paige, and Katrina walked off. Similar to what she did a couple weeks earlier at Idlewild, not really shaking hands or acknowledging Paige and her victory. And I get it, being competitive, it's tough to acknowledge when somebody else beats you, particularly when you've been up for most of the tournament. But what do you guys think about the role of sportsmanship in that situation between Katrina and Paige? And I would love to hear your all's thoughts. Thanks, guys.
I'll be honest, I wasn't there, and I only saw what was on video, and that doesn't always necessarily mean that Katrina didn't say something to Paige.
That's correct. Yeah, I get a little frustrated when people make assumptions just because they didn't see it. They always say if it didn't happen on video, it doesn't.
Did it really happen?
Did it really happen? Just like what happened the other day. I posted something, and someone said, "Oh, so and so's." I'm like, you're making an assumption because I excluded.
Oh, because I wasn't in your picture from work.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And so it was like I purposely didn't left them
Eric,
out.
here's your pink. He said, here's your pink slip. You're basically fired.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. I'm assuming I don't know the tone of your message, so you may have been just kidding. But it's like, come on.
Can't believe you didn't drive out for
just the picture. Well, I didn't know the picture was happening. Otherwise, I would have been there.
You totally would have driven the 8 hours.
But too many people make assumptions just because they didn't happen to see it, and that's kind of what you're saying. Yeah. Just because we didn't see it on camera didn't mean. How do we know that before that moment or after that moment something wasn't said between the two of them? That being said, however, there is a level of they are competitors, and there is
arguably 1 and 2.
I
guess not even arguably. They are 1 and 2.
And if you think that Katrina didn't want to win the world championship this year, you're sadly mistaken. I'm sure she wanted it real bad, just like any other of the competitors out there. She may handle defeat a little bit different than some other people, but and I know it makes for a good story, and I know that people call things out like that, but
and you can read about it in our next blog.
Right? Can? Right. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you hired for a how old you were for that. Right, anyway, so got him. Just kidding. So I'm just. I don't know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I guess I don't know how to say it. What I'm thinking.
What's your opinion? I think
they're good.
Like, I mean, you kind of explained what you.
I get because I just don't like when people make assumptions and I'm not saying that any of them people are saints, but there's
also no doubt that there is like a battle between the two.
Oh, sure.
Whatever. They're kind of like enemies almost, is what it seems like.
And
that's kind of what the media world leads you to believe as well.
Right.
You know.
But on the flip side, there are plenty of times I saw high fives when Sarah got a good shot, someone got a good shot. The ladies would say, "Great shot, that was fantastic," or something like that. So they cheer each other on, just to, even in that same competitiveness, they recognize the greatness that they're witnessing when they see Sarah shape a shot or they see Katrina throw a shot.
Than MPO as well.
Well, yeah,
it's a little different because I mean, as soon as Paul won, I mean, the crowd came in. You couldn't really see which competitors gave him a high five and whatnot.
So I don't know if I answered the question or not.
Yeah,
I think you should start over.
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Here we go. You have to do the effect. You can't do it.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
We did this effect.
Too late. That's good enough. I clicked on the sign.
Okay.
I do think there's something there between Paige and Katrina, and I don't know what level it goes to. I was standing near Paige when she won. I didn't see Katrina congratulate her or hug her or anything, but
you wouldn't look for that either.
But I also wasn't paying attention to that. We were watching other people throw and talking to other spectators and stuff like that. So I didn't see it happen. That doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but I didn't see it. I will say that I think, and this is a total outside perspective, I think that their relationship is a little bit more strained right now for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't even care to speculate. And it may just be because they both want to win, because guess what? They are both super intensely fierce competitors. They are. And when one of them doesn't, like when one of them wins, that means the other one didn't, and that's not always the easiest to handle. So I think that I don't want to call it bad blood because I don't think it's that, but I don't think that after the round is over, Paige and Katrina go like hang out or eat meals together or anything like that. I could be super wrong.
Used to.
Yeah, they have before for sure. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the congratulating or shaking hands afterwards, I don't know if that did or didn't happen. I didn't see it happen. That certainly doesn't mean that it didn't.
Correct.
So, there it is.
Okay, this is just breaking news. Juliana Corver just liked one of my photos on Facebook.
Nice. Five-time world
champion.
Liked one of your pictures.
Pretty much one of a disc golf legend.
Yes.
Just liked one of my photos on Facebook.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's what I was going to say, Ace Run. He said, we've never seen Emac and Robert shake hands. There's obvious bad blood there. And that's correct.
You are absolutely right.
I have never shaken Eric's hand, nor will I.
Now we got bad blood.
Lifetime.
Bad blood.
And and anytime we go play disc golf and I don't win, which is almost every time.
Every single time.
I'm out.
Bad
he leaves before we even put out on 18.
I usually leave my putter there.
Because most of the baskets are by the parking lot, so he just walks to his car.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So there's first run wardens out there somewhere. Just hanging.
Just chilling.
We did it.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for the questions on YouTube. If you want to slap a few more questions in the comments, put them in there, and we'll chat you for a little bit.
Yeah, chat.
But I got stuff to do, and I'm sure everybody else has stuff to do.
Not me. I'm just hanging.
Oh, I've got to put some videos together. But we'll do a quick after show because now we got bad blood.
Nice.
Yeah. Is that it, guys?
Yeah.
Anything we got to end with? Remember, make sure you, if you want more information, you can actually go to Chasing the Chains Facebook group. And if you want to ask some questions of Tyler about the Sailing the Seas with dynamic discs.
Tyler, I should go. Hit me up.
There you go. Let us know or let him know if you have any questions about the Sailing the Seas. Again, go watch the YouTube video coverage. Anthony and Danny did an outstanding job.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And just a reminder, go follow Dynamic Discs Emporia if you want to get some cool stuff from the actual store here in Emporia. Anything else?
Lots of stuff.
All right, we'll see you guys on the next Disc Golf Answer Man show.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
What?
All right. You still with us, YouTubers?
Can't really use the restroom.
Go use the restroom. Bobby versus Anthony rating race update.
Oh.
Well, neither of us played events, so neither of us moved.
You still could have had something drop off.
Could I have?
Right? Isn't that how it works?
Of events.
They haven't what? Did you actually look, Anthony?
I remember seeing it go down. Yeah, I'm 9-10.
And you were what before?
9-12.
Ooh.
You wanna come
Anthony's
give that
down a
live update?
point.
Come give that live update while Robert's gone. I think that's
what they specifically said. We want to see shame.
not Shane. Shane.
Okay, good.
Digging DG, anything disc golf related on the Sail in the Sea? Go ahead and sit down. Sail in the Seas cruise.
Is he gone?
Yeah, we fired him.
There may be stuff on. There may be. I don't know it 100%, but there's not going to be anything like we're not going to stop in some place and set up a course and play. Obviously, Jeremy's going to push to have some baskets on there, so we'll do some disc golf fun stuff.
Maybe a junior course would be cool.
But it's not going to be like a rated round or even a round of golf once we get to the place.
It's more of just
it's like the
kick off to the end of the season. Just have a great time with like Oakleys. And,
Yeah.
and
You're talking about the cruise?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I fit in your suitcase?
If you can try.
I'll buy you a big suitcase.
So Anthony, I just looked at my rating. If you're new to this, what we got going on is me and why am I not recording this?
This doesn't need to be recorded, at least my portion. There needs to be no record of this.
All right, I am recording this for archive purposes.
Security purposes.
Security purposes. For training purposes, this podcast
Yeah.
may be recorded for training purposes. No, so we have a bet between me and Anthony who can get to their rating goal first. My goal was to be 8. What is it?
Yours was 850.
850. And yours was 950.
950.
And so we had a ratings update.
And you guys started relatively close.
I was
in
8
proximity to your rating.
You were like 80 something, and I was 907.
So
it was
really
basically
close.
100 points,
Yeah, you
give
were
or take
really
a
close.
couple. Yeah, it was
So
close.
my rating didn't change this very last rating update, but it changed the rating update before that, and it went up 8 to 812. Anthony's went up a little bit, right?
Mine went up a bit. I was 912.
And then, but this recent update went down.
How many?
To
910.
900.
Huge drop.
910.
900?
Drastic. 900.
You can go edit videos.
10. Yeah, no, we've switched jobs now, by the way. I'm in charge of our team.
So I wanted to get the real reaction from Anthony.
Yeah.
What is your reaction, Anthony, to sucking?
Let's see it.
I mean, to
wait, what?
A couple
Hang on,
points
wait,
down.
so I'm still 100 points higher than
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Wait, okay. Yeah, no,
Boom roasted.
something. I played like one of the C tiers at a match.
Just to paint the
At the
picture
match
for
play
every-
C tier, right?
Just to
Yeah,
paint
you
the
played
picture
match
for
play
everybody.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Because you played that
He
one
has
too.
a tear coming out of his eye.
just one.
Yeah.
I played this round with Bobby.
Yes, you did.
And Bobby can attest that this is a true story. It was a double disc round at Hammond, so most
played that.
people.
I played that day.
You did also play that day. Most people probably know Hammond is kind of like a shorter 9-hole course, double disc. You throw twice, putt out twice.
You basically play hole 1 and 10 at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we started on hole 2.
Okay.
Played all the way through and got to course hole 9.
Okay.
So we had 4 holes left. We were technically through 15, I think. And I was, I forget, like 6 down or so.
Killing it.
Not
doing all right.
Yeah, not shredding, but like
yeah.
feeling good. I made a couple like 40, 50 footers.
Okay.
Bobby jammed like a 70 footer because
Dang.
that's what he does. Hole 9 at Hammond is 280, 250.
250 uphill, a little uphill.
The last probably circle's edge is kind of
Probably the third hardest hole to get a deuce on the course. Maybe second.
That
hardest.
seems fair.
Yeah.
It's one of the harder holes, but it's not like you walk up to this and you're like,
on any other course, you're like, oh, this is a birdie hole. I got to get it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
At Hammond, it's like, oh, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I threw, both my drives were maidens.
Okay.
One of them
Well,
was...
that's your problem, first off. Go on.
Hold on. That was not the problem. I promise. The first one was like, I don't know, the last, what'd you say, 20 feet are kind of uphill.
Yeah.
Probably 10 foot of elevation change, so it's pretty steep. First one was 10, 15 feet short of the bottom of the hill, so probably 40 from the basket.
Scary little putt.
Mm-hmm. Second one was basically base of the hill, maybe a little bit up.
So just a little closer.
A little bit closer, yeah. And so like I said, I had made on course hole 3, I made a circle 2 putt. Course hole 5
Tough
and hole 6, circle 2 putts, just
baller
cash. So I'm thinking, you know what?
I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm playing all right. I've made a few of these. I'm not scared of the hill. Let's do this thing.
So you should have laid out.
Yes. Spoiler alert. So first one hits the cage, rolls down the hill into a bush. Dang it. I'll see what I have. I got a kind of straddly little, there's kind of a backdoor hyzer putt, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do this thing.
Oh, boy.
Cage, roll down the hill.
Oh, no.
Into the same bush.
Oh.
Probably about a foot to my left. Okay. So this time, I think, you know what? I'll straddle out the other way.
Okay.
Not a good idea.
Oh, no.
Band, roll down the hill to the left.
Oh.
Fine. Get me the heck off of this hole. I laid up, I kid you not, a 12-footer.
Oh.
Because I'm just not doing it. 6.
Six-pack.
6.
Six-pack.
6 and a 2 with basically the same drive. Killing the game.
8 strokes on 1 hole.
Yes.
Well, 2 holes, but
yes, one of the harder holes, by the way. Just for the record.
I was trying to make you feel better.
Yeah.
I forgot about hole 3, so it is definitely the 3rd hardest hole.
Yes. And so we're finishing our round out on hole 1/18.
Yep.
Kind of
not an easy hole.
No, but I would say it's easier to birdie.
Yes.
Than hole 9.
Yeah.
Basically just throw mid straight, kind of a tunnel shot, OB behind it, OB right side. Not the hardest shot in the world.
Correct.
Throw a verdict, feeling great about it, hits, I don't know, 5-6 feet short, rocket skips into the street.
Oh, man.
First time I've ever gone OB on that hole.
What'd you throw?
A verdict?
Another problem.
Yeah, that definitely, because the EMAC Truth glides
Dude,
less.
It does. it would have stopped when it doesn't. As soon as it sees a basket, it just
sits right there. Okay, maybe the glide would have helped because I went low, like I hit in front and skipped under. So if it had more glide, just probably acing it.
Yeah, you would have aced.
The math checks out.
It does.
Second shot, I think I hit a tree and was short.
Oh man,
laid that one up.
That was it OB?
No.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, that one I took a par on. My comebacker from the street, so I'm putting for 3. Kind of had to straddle around a tree. I have like a little Annie putt. I can see probably 3/4 of the basket. Hits. Okay, so we'll say this is my disc, right? So people can hear me. This is my disc. Cage.
So people can hear you.
Hit. Well, because I was talking like this. I'm holding a coaster. Yeah. Is it? Okay. Hit the cage. Right side of the basket on anhyzer.
Ooh.
Not ideal.
No.
Hits the nubs, rolls probably to 40. Made that one. Cool 4.
Wow.
So I think I finished the
What
round.
finish.
Like, yeah, finishing hot.
At the time, he was rated 912. He shot an 883 round.
Ooh.
I
did not shoot an 883 round. I shot like a 912 rated round and had an 850 rated last 2 holes.
I'm just telling you what the numbers tell me right here.
Oh,
I was rated 804 at the time, and I shot an 857 rated round.
So I still beat you on the day with a 6 and a 4.
You still beat me, but I excelled.
Far better than I did relative to yourself.
Correct.
So, yeah. Not how you improve your rating.
All right. Well, thank you for the update.
Oh, by the way, that hole number 1.
Yeah.
I played with Miles
Okay.
Sayer as my doubles partner that night at the team.
He is how old?
He is
irrelevant.
Young.
I don't like where this story's going.
He parked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
he's what?
Miles.
Guess
what he threw.
Probably an email.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here.
I deserve that.
All right. The next rated tournament that we could play in town is the Radius Open, I believe, in October, mid-October. I don't know. There's something else. We're doing a Newman fundraiser and a Timmerman fundraiser. Are those going to be rated?
Those are
sanctioned.
like junior events more of. But I thought there was.
No, there might be something somewhere else. I just know that in Emporia, there might be something on the outskirts.
Open and
the DD Open is the next day.
Yeah, I need to sign up for that still. I didn't even know registration was open until Doug said something this morning.
So
I need to sign up for that one.
All right, so what questions we got in the YouTube chat here, folks?
Let me get over to it real quick. Any info on the Veterans Tournaments thing that was talked about yesterday? Yes, Sam, we are working on that. Currently, we will have some more information out.
So, kind of,
can we talk about it?
Yeah, just to give you an understanding, it's a way to raise some money for your local Veterans Association or organization. We're going to be doing stuff for the VFW, right?
Correct.
Here in Emporia, so you'll be able to sign up to run events in your area. Of course, we'll provide all kinds of stuff for you to be able to run it, and
it's like a tournament in a box.
Yeah, and then the proceeds that you get will go toward your local veterans. I'm super excited. This will be the first year, so we're going to do it, and then I'm hoping it'll grow into something pretty big. So yeah, excited about that. Someone's asked if I was going to be at the MVP Open. I do not. I do not believe that I will be at the MVP Open.
Yeah. Diggin' DG says, Robert, what are the chances of a team trilogy throwdown, top 6, 3 FPO, 3 MPO of each team skins match? I mean, that could be cool.
Scheduling would just be a nightmare.
Yeah, it's just getting everyone to the same, place at the same time.
We could do that in house.
Yeah.
Where is Robert and Emacs Margaritas? Well, the advantage of having a live show with the owner and CEO of the company is
You
that
get to do what you want.
You get to have margaritas if he has margaritas. Otherwise, no.
You get the green light.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to somebody. So check this out. I ordered some coasters from this fellow. I got some in my Secret Santa box this year, and they're super cool. And they had like a Wisconsin little laser etch thing because that's where his shop is at. Really cool, except for one of them got on the floor while Walter was at home, and he ate it. So I wasn't pleased about that. So I, without Shay knowing, asked him, found him on Instagram, and asked this guy if he would create some coasters for us with a Texas outline because Shay loves Texas and our families are still there. That's where we're from, and so we received those in the mail when we got back from Worlds. So we received those. They look super duper freaking cool. They worked out great. But then the guy who made them, his name is Nick. He wrote a message and just said, "Hey, hope you enjoyed these, and that Walter doesn't get them. Also, I just messed around with some other stuff. Hope you don't mind." And so he sent 4 more coasters with some pretty cool things on them. Number 1, just the DD laser etch, pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
Number 2, there's 2 of the DD ones. Number 2, and my drink's been sitting on this today. Team Warden. I'm feeling that. Solid.
Which one did you show him?
I showed him the DD one and the Team Warden one just now.
Okay.
But then the last one, and probably the coolest looking one to me.
That's pretty cool.
Come on.
Disc Golf Answer Man. Bam.
Pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. So, if you are, and then he sent also a coffee scoop.
If you're out there and have connections, feel free to hook us up with whatever you got.
We will shout you out 100% for sure.
We will be one of those shows before long.
Yes.
An open boxing.
Yeah,
whatever
dude.
it is.
Disc golf unboxing store.
Yes,
I'm interested.
Disc
Anyway,
golf unboxing.
so yeah, Nick Endel is this guy's name, and his Instagram handle is @Endel Homegoods, ENDLE Homegoods. Go and give him a follow and check out some of the stuff that he's got. He is a disc golfer in Wisconsin who does really good work. So
Nice.
@Endel
Very
Homegoods. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that.
Someone says, Eric, are you going for the Stig beard?
Steeg.
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 What's Stig beard?
In the
Steeg
winter,
sets
I
up.
do. He's always my caddy at
that's right.
No, there's no way I could get a beard as majestic as Steeg's.
He does have quite the beard.
It is majestic. It is beautiful.
Nick AS78 says, will you guys be coming to Northern California for next year's U.S. Women's? I'm not sure.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
It would be super cool.
Where's it at? I know you said NorCal, but like...
Not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Doc Zen says, unboxing tacos?
Sure.
We're very interested in being that type of show, I think.
Heck
We've already
yeah.
talked about doing a show like that.
How many taco places we got here in Emporia?
I mean, quite a few, actually. El Marmol.
Brian,
comes to
chill
mind.
with the split screen.
What?
Brian says, I don't like the split screen. Why do you have the split screen? Brian, the split screen is so that we can have everybody on the screen at the same time. I don't have to
What would he
switch back
rather
and
it be?
forth. I don't know. Yeah, it's so that we don't have to switch back and forth cameras and we're
I think
all
we
on the
should do
camera.
drone footage.
For the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, just have it hooked. Don't mind the noise, guys. It's just the...
yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying? Disc golf unboxing man. The gum. The gam de gum.
The gum.
Hey, what did we say? How many taco places we have?
No, we didn't really say, but there's I would say at least 6 places in town we can go get tacos.
Marmal's.
Marmal's?
What is it again?
El Marmol.
Marmal.
El Marmol.
Casa Ramos.
Casa Ramos.
Salsa.
El Lorito.
El Lorito.
I don't know about
Salsa has
Salsa's,
tacos.
Salsa's kind of like getting tacos from Chipotle.
Yeah.
But still taco.
Yeah.
Ish.
But there is a the truck.
Is Hacienda still around?
I said La Hacienda.
Do you
No,
just-
wait.
El Lorito.
La
Hacienda is gone.
Laha
isn't it?
is gone.
Yeah.
But
They're gone.
El Lorito is the same thing.
Okay.
There's the food truck that sometimes they bring downtown, but now they've been parking outside Water's True Value.
The Nuns?
This one isn't the
No,
nuns.
this is
Fried?
Is it
wish we had that to
Mis
try, though.
Antojitos? Is
Something
that,
like
is that
that.
it?
So 6.
Yeah, and it was great. I
Coaches?
Taco Bell coaches.
Monday tacos, I'm telling you.
And you
good.
got mad at me for salsas.
If we had a Jack in the Box,
Burger
they
King
have
has
tacos.
Taco Bell, Burger King now has them. Oh, and Billy Sims.
Billy Sims
has
that's
like
pork tacos.
Yeah, pulled
Barbecue
pork
tacos? No thanks on that.
And
you wait.
Radius
Radius has tacos at night.
Every
No, I'm
night.
fine. I'm
at
fine with
times.
barbecue tacos, but just what is Billy Sims? Is that what it's called? I'm less than impressed by
You don't like Billy
their
Sims?
barbecue. It's just fine to me.
Oh. It's a chain. I mean,
Yeah.
Bobby D's. If I'm getting barbecue in town, I'm going to Bobby D's.
Do they have tacos?
I don't know. Probably not.
All right, we'll try to make it happen
And
with the
we could
tacos.
do a homemade taco.
Ooh, we could do a contest so you could make the best homemade tacos.
Yeah.
Y'all about to lose quick.
What do you put?
Let's
What
do
you-
this.
You'd have to go to HEB and get your fancy meat, huh?
Yeah, I would, and it
No,
would be
can't do that.
super worth it.
No, it's only stuff you can purchase in Emporia.
Okay, I'll still win.
I like this
Why?
contest.
Good luck. Because I have Texan deep within me. I know that you're going to say
Hey,
something different.
so do I.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I've eaten lots of tacos, and I'm
It
prepared.
doesn't matter how much you eat.
Yes, it does.
What would you do different? What would you do to make them?
Why would I ever give away my secrets?
Let's do this. Let's make this happen.
Which one?
We can have those guys be the
taco
judge
off
of eating our tacos.
The taco off.
Taco off.
That doesn't sound
That's
good.
not right. No, not at all.
Those guys can eat our tacos. You want to eat my taco?
You want to try one of my tacos?
I feel like we've regressed big time here.
This is the after show.
Oh, could we
Yeah,
get? Could we get?
Regression is the mean.
I haven't even
That's what we always
introduced
do.
us. We just went into the show.
That's fine.
Could we get Latitude to make some taco scented discs?
Like seasoning?
Yeah.
Taco scented discs.
Come on.
That feels like a mistake.
I think you could, but I don't know. Would it smell like? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Okay, maybe we'll scratch that out. What do we got for disc golf questions on here? Casey's giving they're playing their own Stafford Woods. Can you tell me what the history is of the Worlds and the DGPT event that will be held? What? Can you tell me what the history is of the Worlds and the DGPT event that will be held here in Emporia? Which is more prestigious and why?
Oh, for sure, Worlds.
For sure, Worlds, yeah.
Hands down.
DGPT has only been around for 4 years?
I think this is the third year.
This is the third year.
Yeah, and
it's only regional.
Yeah, it's a tour on its own. You have to qualify for the championship, and it's awesome. Like there's usually really good payout there, but the World Championships has been around for a long time, and yeah, that's certainly the more prestigious event.
Yeah, I mean a closer comparison to be what's more prestigious, Worlds or USDC or European Open.
Mhm.
Those would be the three.
And my order would
And
be
I
the
think
order
that's
you
that
just
order.
set them in.
Yeah,
Worlds,
100%.
Worlds, DGC, European Open.
I agree.
GBO dates are April 27th. 7th through May 2nd.
Yeah, asking the wrong person here.
Last weekend of April.
And first weekend of May.
Very true. Very true.
Technically.
Should Worlds Disc Golf be played on a virgin course that's set up so no one can play it on until the month of Worlds?
I mean, I like having it be on a more well-established one because people will be more familiar with it. So, like,
What if they took it a more established one and just made a few changes?
that'd be fine. But I mean,
for Worlds.
That's why. All right, so let's say Worlds was in Emporia.
It's okay, Brian.
I would be happy if it was played like on Country Club or something like that because I've played Country Club, so I know how difficult that shot is, and a lot of people know how difficult that shot is. But if we do it on a brand new course that nobody's seen, it's like it can look cool, but it might look
like Hammond Gold.
Yes, extremely difficult course. Everyone knows it. It might look more easier or more difficult than it actually is. So I think having it on an established course is good.
Well, that would be, I'm gonna say, virtually impossible to do as well.
Yeah,
to find a spot that is that gets approved for a major play, a World Championship play, because these courses all have to be approved by the PDGA.
Yes.
So that would be pretty tough.
Someone said loser has their taco backhanded hyzered into their face.
Ouch.
Daniel Kelly, Ravenwood for Worlds 2020. That will definitely not happen because it's already set for Utah.
Yeah, bro.
People with money in America got an advantage can play the course more than other people.
Yeah.
What's that? What was that?
The person that said
what was the comment?
People with money and in America got an advantage can play the course more than other people. So there is some, credence to that. So that's interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine that is from overseas and asked me what if I thought Worlds over there could work. I don't want to say because anyway. And the topic of Worlds being played somewhere else, and the topic of it's called Worlds, but it's only played in the U.S. That kind of debate came
Canada.
up.
Worlds has been to Canada.
Has been to Canada. So what are your thoughts on that, as far as it not crossing the pond?
I think we're really, really close to being able to host a World Championships in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could happen. Here's the thing: you got to put a bid in.
Yeah, it has to make sense.
It has to make.
I think it would be awesome.
I think it would be awesome. I just don't know the logistics. Now, I'm not saying, and no, I get it. I get that the people overseas have to pay to come over here. What I mean by logistics is that I believe the demographics of the U.S., there is more U.S. disc golfers than there are foreign disc golfers.
By far. At least PDJ members.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Doc Zen, that's crazy. Wouldn't be money for it, but money for it yet. But what if Worlds each round in a different country? What are you going to play in the U.S. on Thursday and Japan on Friday?
The World Championship Disc Golf Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run. There you go. They have to get there by a certain time, by their tee times.
Yeah.
If you get first, you get the ace of spades.
I'm interested in filming that. Vlogging that would be a blast.
That would be crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So Finland, Canada, and maybe Estonia are only real shot right now. How many years out do you think we are from having a Worlds out somewhere in Europe?
10. 5 to 10.
10, really?
Yeah.
That long?
Yeah. Well, they do the bid process every, 3 years out almost? 2 years out at least. So
yes.
You got to find somebody to run it too.
Now, what happened to now that's a good example. The Japan Open was every 2 years, and now it's nothing. Is that because it wasn't sustainable?
I'm assuming.
So then a Worlds.
It could have been lots of things.
Sure, but
that happened because of.
But I think if money was involved.
Well, here's a better example. Look at the Australian Open. That was a major that had 18 people performing in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't.
It just doesn't make sense.
Just doesn't work out logistically.
Yep.
Not yet. Maybe one day it will.
Yeah.
European Open is a great event.
Yeah.
It's essentially, it's absolutely the biggest European event.
Yep.
And then they had the Scandinavian Open. Was that considered a major? Or just...
It was a major the year we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it was. I know the year me and you went, it was a major because it was Europe. It was Scandinavian Open and then, Scandinavian Open and then European Open back-to-back majors. There was 2 majors back-to-back weekends and then a week off and then Worlds. Remember that?
Yeah.
That year? There was 3 majors within a month.
That's not good.
That was crazy.
And that was to make it happen overseas.
That was the only way they could do it, to make it happen. Because it's really difficult to have a major in, say, beginning of June in Sweden, and then a bunch of events in the States, and then another major in August. It's just travel-wise, that's the only way to make it work.
Do you think the park, the disc golf terminal, it would be a good place for Worlds?
Terminal?
You need more courses.
Yep.
That's the problem. That's one course.
Wow, but isn't it split up into different courses?
The only course that would work that for is the goal course, the big course. We played all those courses.
Right.
And I think the only one that would make sense for World Championships is the goal course.
The goal course.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Costs too much to travel internationally for athletes in a sport that doesn't have huge sponsorship rights. That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. The NFL is the worst. At least MLB and NBA have a Canadian team.
We have Canadian disc golfers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Running pretty low on questions here, Bobby.
Running pretty low on questions, so I guess you guys just don't want us to keep talking. So we'll end the after show. Oh, wait, what about our Skip Ace picks from Worlds.
I do not remember who we picked.
Let's take a look.
I
see
picked
how we
Macbeth,
did.
Faisaki, Emerson, and Conrad.
Yep.
Those are my 4.
Mm-hmm.
How did I do?
You did pretty well.
I think Paige and Evelina were my top 2.
Nice.
And then my reserves were Kat. And I don't remember the guys. How'd I do?
Oh, here we go. Professional Worlds. Here we go. And we got 120.
I wasn't here.
No, worse.
I wasn't here when we picked. I would have said Emerson Keith, though, and I would have killed it.
150. We ranked 150.
Who did we pick?
No, there's not. There's more than that.
Oh.
Who do we pick?
We picked Albert Tam.
Albert did not have his best week.
Oh, we did pick Emerson Keith.
Oh, cool.
But we picked Thomas Gilbert.
Was I here for this?
Thomas struggled this week.
And we got 170 points taken away for Thomas.
Yep, he struggled. Who was our other one?
Paul?
Kevin Jones.
We didn't pick Paul. Because we wanted to save some points.
Jacob Sanders was our alternate. And on the women's side, we picked Paige Pierce, but we also picked Paige Bjorkis, who lost us 100 points.
Yeah.
The Pages.
We lost 270 points.
Well, you know what? We struggled. We tried our best.
You guys struggled this time.
I'm greatly anticipating the show where just you pick the skip ace picks.
Perfect.
And then it comes down and then we can say that you struggled.
Or
you may just win.
I just go top 4.
Maybe you just win and then we're like, all right, well, sucks to suck. Dang it, Eric.
We had 4 people tied for 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Doc Zen was one of them.
Nice, Doc.
Way to go.
Well done, friend.
Where did Kevin Jones end up at?
Kevin finished in the top 10 for sure.
7th? There was a big tie, I know. There was a big tie for 10th, too, wasn't there?
Two-person tie for 10th.
Okay,
Nico and
Eric.
All right, so we're going to go to random number generator.
Does it go up that high?
Probably not. Probably just starts laughing. And we'll generate.
149 people beat y'all?
Yeah. And generate number 57.
Ooh, that's a great number.
Is that when you were born?
No.
Oh.
1957? Wow.
That's like when my parents were born.
Wow.
Well, that's when usually people say that was a great year, the year they were born.
Great year.
I just said great number. I didn't say year.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. 31. Great number. Is that when you were born?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, this is taking a while to load. Give me just 1 second. Nope. Back a page.
Beth Page Black would be a fun disc golf course.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't have any troubles with. Here we go.
Giant.
57 is Zach
Arlinghouse.
Piccioni.
Oh.
Piccioni.
Nice.
Piccione. Piccioni. Zach Piccioni, if you are... He picked Kevin Jones. He picked Anton. Garrett Gerthy and Eagle McMahon.
Yeah, solid.
And Paige Pierce and Katarina Staalison.
Wine mixer?
Staalison.
Oh, okay.
It's got the 2 A's. Staalison.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway, he got 57 plates, and he was the number we picked. So if you are listening, take a screenshot of you being logged in, send it to Bobby, BOBBY, at dynamitedisc.com, and we'll get you a disc sent out to you.
Nice.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you on the next after show.
Sweet, man. You did it.